Hello students, now we will start with unit number 3 which is called as field effect transistor. Of course we will try to understand all about field effect transistor. Now just let us compare why we are trying to understand field effect transistor. So we compare unit number 2 and unit number 3. In unit number 2 we studied transistor, right? Transistor, this is also a transistor. The unit number 3 is also a transistor. There the transistor which we have studied, we called it as BJT, bipolar junction transistor, right? Bipolar junction transistor. And here the transistor which we are going to understand, we will call it as FET. Let us try to understand the basic difference between these two transistors. Okay, so what I said, first we try to understand transistor, the two transistors BJT and FET. Okay, BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor, bipolar junction transistor, and under this heading we try to understand NPN transistor and PNP transistor. Okay, and all the electrical parameters, all the configurations, types, everything we have studied, input and output characteristics, detailed study we have done for BJT. Now this is called as bipolar junction transistor because if you remember or recall the working of NPN and PNP transistor, the current conduction in transistor is because of both the charge carrier, okay? Transistor is because of both the charge carrier, both, that means electron as well as holes. Okay, so in BJT, current conduction or the current which is flowing through the transistor is because of both the charge carrier, electron as well as holes. Whereas in field, this is called as FIELD, field effect transistor. Okay, field effect transistor, and the field effect transistor is further divided into JFET and MOSFET. Okay, MOSFET. And the basic difference between BJT and field effect transistor is here current conduction is because of only one charge carrier. Okay, that means current conduction will be here, we written the charge carrier, both the charge carrier will be taking part in the process of current conduction, electrons as well as holes. Here the current conduction will be because of only one charge carrier, that is either holes or electrons. So that is the basic difference between BJT and field effect transistor. Okay, so now further when I elaborate field effect transistor, as I said, it is JFET and MOSFET. Okay, JFET and MOSFET, and as I said, the current conduction will be because of only one charge carrier, either holes or electrons. So if the current conduction is because of holes, the type of JFET is called as P channel, and if the current conduction is because of electrons, then it is called as N channel. Okay, so when we start, we'll start with FET, that means different types of FET, JFET and MOSFET. We will try to understand how P channel JFET is formed, what and how it works. Similarly, then we will go for N channel JFET and try to understand the construction and working of N channel JFET. Then we will move to MOSFET. ये मैंने आपको already बताया था a chapter which we have studied in paper 2, logic families. Logic families, not now, probably semester 1 logic families. There we studied MOSFET, CMOS family. One was TTL and the other one was CMOS. CMOS stands for complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So the basic transistor which was used there, we will try to understand its construction and working over here. So MOSFET again are of two type. One is called as depletion, the other one is called as enhancement type. Depletion type and enhancement type. Okay, and again depending upon which are the majority charge carrier which will take part in the process of conduction, they are p channel, n channel. Similarly, enhancement will be p channel and n channel. So this is what we have to focus in unit number 3. We will start with understanding of FET, JFET, MOSFET, then P channel, N channel, JFET, MOSFET, depletion type, enhancement type, both P channel, N channel for each of that. So that is what is the basic objective of understanding unit number 3. I hope whatever I have told you, the basic difference between BJT and FET, you have understood. Now let us try to understand the first type of field effect transistor, that is JFET. JFET stands for junction field effect transistor. Junction field effect transistor. As I said, the current conduction in field effect transistor will be because of only one charge carrier, either electrons or holes. And if the current conduction is because of electrons, that type of FET or JFET will be called as N channel JFET. And if the current conduction is because of holes, that type of JFET will be called as P channel JFET. So we will try to understand construction and working of both N channel and P channel. It's very easy for you to understand. Before going to the construction part, just recall how many terminals did we had for BJT, either NPN or PNP. If you recall, the transistor had 3 terminals: emitter, base, collector, right? Emitter emits all the electron, base controls how many charge carrier will go into collector, and collector collects the charge carrier, right? Emitter, base, collector, and therefore we had an equation I is equal to IB plus IC. That was the current equation for transistor, whether it is NPN or PNP, it is true for both, right? In N channel, suppose the first type we will try to understand N channel JFET. Okay, so as I said, BJT has 3 terminals: emitter, base, collector. Okay, in this JFET again we have 3 terminals. The 3 terminals are source, drain and gate. Okay, I will tell you the meaning when I make you understand the construction. The 3 terminals are very different from BJT, emitter, base, collector. Here it is source, drain and gate. Now suppose if you want to design an N channel JFET, so first thing what you have to do is the first thing you have to take is N type semiconductor. Okay, N type semiconductor. N type semiconductor, that means it will have large amount of free electrons. Okay, then these 2 terminals, this N type semiconductor acts as a resistance between the 2 terminal. This 2 terminal is called as source and drain, because the charge carrier will move from this terminal and it will be collected by this terminal. So that is why the name source means the charge carrier will move from this terminal. Drain means it will be get collected by this terminal. Okay, so source and drain, this is the 2 terminal, and and on both sides of this n-channel JFET we dope trivalent impurity. We dope trivalent impurity to form a p-type semiconductor. That means, what is this? We have an n-type semiconductor in which you have doped trivalent impurity to get p region. When you get p region, what happens is, this is p-n junction, right? That means you form two p-n junctions on either side of the n-channel JFET. So these are the another two terminals, but these two terminals are always internally connected, and this terminal is called as gate. Okay, so now we have three terminal: drain, source, and gate. The two p-n junction which are formed either side are connected internally together. In the next part, that means when I will explain you the working, I will not show this interconnection. You have to assume that these two p-n junctions are internally connected always. So this is the construction part. Okay, and the region between these two p-n junction is called as channel. Okay, over this channel the electrons will move from source to drain. Okay, now this is the construction part of n-channel JFET. Okay, construction of n-channel JFET. Now let us try to understand the working of n-channel JFET. Okay, so again let us take n-type semiconductor. The two terminal which we take out is called as source and drain. This is drain, this is source, and what we have taken is n-type semiconductor. Okay, and on either side we have to dope trivalent impurity to form a p-n junction. Okay, both sides will be doped with trivalent impurity, so we get 2p region. As soon as a p-n junction is formed, we know there will be a depletion layer which will be formed on the p-n junction. A very small depletion layer will be formed. Okay, and the area between these two p channel will be allowed to move the charge carrier from source to drain, which is called as channel. Okay, this is the channel. Now first of all, what we do is, these two p-n junctions are internally connected and one terminal is taken out called as gate. Okay, now collect a polarity between source and drain so that charge carrier will move from source to drain. As I told you, this is a n-type semiconductor. Okay, n-type semiconductor, that means it will have large amount of, majority charge carrier will be electrons, large amount of electrons will be there. So what is the polarity which has to be applied? So the polarity should be such that this electrons will be repelled by the source and attracted by the drain. So source should be connected to negative and drain should be connected to positive. This negative terminal will repel the electrons and the positive terminal will attract, and the potential, this potential we have applied between which two terminals? Source and drain. So the potential is called as VDS. Okay, VDS. And as soon as VDS is applied, these electrons will be repelled by the negative terminal, so they will move towards drain through the channel between the two p-n junction. Okay, now what we have to do is, of course it is a transistor, so transistor we have to control the current flowing through the transistor, and that is done by an external field which has been applied. Therefore the name junction field effect transistor, and that voltage is applied between gate and source. Okay, whenever we have to connect a potential between gate and source, we have to reverse bias. We have to reverse bias potentials. So what should be the reverse bias? This is P region, and source is N region. So for this PN junction to be reverse bias, what has to be done is P should be connected to negative, N should be connected to positive. So this is the polarity which has been applied between gate and source. Okay, so gate is connected to negative terminal, source is connected to positive terminal. We have to reverse bias the gate and source terminal. So this potential is called as VGS, gate to source voltage. Okay, and the current which is flowing through the circuit is called as IDS, drain to source current. Okay, drain to source current. Now tell me what happens when VGS is 0. VGS is 0. That means suppose if I apply a switch, okay, this is a switch and I've kept it open. That means if I keep this as open, there is no potential between gate and source. And if there is no potential between gate and source, what happens is the channel width will be maximum. At that point, large amount of electrons will move from source to drain because of VDS. So when VGS is 0, we say IDS, that means drain to source current will be maximum. Now suppose if I increase VGS, that means I applied the switch. As soon as I on the switch, what happens is this polarity is applied between gate and source. Both the P region starts, both the PN junction which is formed on the either side of the JFET, what happens is they will start becoming more and more reverse bias. And what happens in reverse bias condition? The junction resistance increases. The junction resistance increases means the depletion layer width increases. That means what will happen is the depletion layer width increases. Okay, now what happens as soon as the depletion layer width increases? What happens? What you can see is the channel width, depletion layer जैसे बढ़ेगा ये channel width कम हो जाएगा. और अगर channel width कम हो गया तो उस टाइम पे less amount of electrons will move out of source and drain. That means IDS will decrease. Okay, and when VGS is maximum, what happens is the depletion layer width इतना बढ़ जाएगा, the depletion layer width will increase to such an extent that there is no channel width. What you can see is वो जो channel था वो गायब हो गया, अब वो channel है ही नहीं. That means उस टाइम पे जो हम लोग का जो सर्किट है that will provide the high resistance. High resistance मतलब no electrons के पास में जगह ही नहीं है कि they will move from source to drain, right? So the channel width will be the depletion layer width will be maximum. When VGS is maximum, what happens to IDS? Will there be any current which will be flowing from source to drain? There is no place. The entire channel has been occupied by the depletion layer width of this 2 PN junction which has been reversed bias. So no charge carrier will move from source to drain. So IDS will be 0. Okay. So current conduction in the circuit is because of only one charge carrier, that is electrons. And the movement of the charge carrier or current conduction of the charge carrier depends upon the external field which has been applied. That is why it is called as field effect transistor. Okay, field effect transistor. So initially when VGS is 0, that means no gate to source voltage is applied. There is very important condition. When these two polarities applied, the polarity should be applied in such a way that source and drain, current should flow from source to drain. The charge carrier should be repelled by the source and attracted by the drain. So such polarity has to be applied. And when you apply gate to source voltage, it should be always in reverse bias condition. Okay, reverse bias condition, so that this 2 PN junction is reverse bias, and as you keep on increasing the VGS, the depletion layer width will increase, the channel width will decrease, and the current which will be flowing from source to drain can be controlled. Okay, so this is also a transistor where external voltage or external field which has been applied controls the amount of current flowing through it. Okay, so this is all about junction field effect transistor. In that we have studied N channel JFET. Similarly, we will try to understand the construction and working of P channel JFET.